Hello, everybody, and guess who's back on top? The number one, the best tennis player in the world. Tell me his name, G Money.
Caroline Wozniacki.
Let's run a fast break. G Money, I had to come on. I don't know about you. I had to come on to just marvel at the magnificence, magnifique Roger Federer. The ageless wonder is back, maybe even better than ever. The Fed Express still chugging along. Choo choo. Three of his last four majors. Won the Rotterdam Open last week. Back on top. Number one in the world. Hashtag RF20. What else can you say about this man? This god.
I will give him credit. He's nobody thought he was gonna come back after all those years of not winning. He was in a kind of a drought, 4.5 year drought, and then now all of a sudden in his mid 30s, he's coming on strong.
He was number one 14 years ago. Obviously, stayed on top for a long period of time after that before falling into that slump in his career when he couldn't win a major for his life. And now he's back at 36 years old, the oldest guy to be number one. And I think, is it time? Can people finally put the Roger Federer tennis obituaries out to pasture? I mean, I've been reading articles that he's done going back to 2012. Before that Wimbledon win over Andy Murray, that was major number 17. G Money, if you remember, in 2011, didn't win a major for the whole year, which had pretty much never happened since he hit his stride. He couldn't beat Nadal in a big spot for his life. Was losing to Djokovic at the U.S. Open with match points back-to-back years. And then, when he went on that drought, and it was 4.5 years, then I think it became legitimate to wonder, could he win one more? And if everything lines up just right, he could win one more. And somehow he won that one, won the next one at Wimbledon, and then lost the U.S. Open, of course, and then came back and won another Australia. I mean, how much longer can this go?
With all these top players hurt or not playing, I mean, it could go for a while. I got to admit, Federer has kept himself in great shape. I know he's had some back issues, but nothing major. I don't believe he's ever had a major injury in his career, right? So
No, the only injury he even needed surgery for was, I think he had to get knee surgery, and that was when he said he hurt it, not even playing tennis. He was like putting his kid in a tub or playing with his kid in a tub or something, and then just twisted it the wrong way and heard a sound, a noise, and that's how he wrecked his knee.
Right. So it had nothing to do with any tennis injury. So he's been keeping himself in great shape. Obviously, he's durable, so he can. How old is he now? Like 33,
36. 36, man.
So 36. I mean, he can still. I think he's still got probably a year or two left in him, maybe. Who knows? I mean, maybe he's got more than 2 years, but he's going to be playing on tour for quite a while. I got to tell you that.
I mean, if you're a Fed fan, I mean, life is good right now. You sit back, you enjoy the ride. Because I don't think we're at the final station yet. You look at the men's game, Rafa Nadal, something's always breaking down. Even when he gets hot, the wrist, the knee, something's happening. Novak Djokovic, what the heck's happened to that guy? He's been out since the U.S. Open. He came back for Australia, still not looking right. He's got like a piece of armor on his shoulder. Andy Murray, this guy, Andy Murray, was number one last year. Now I feel like he's almost irrelevant. He had hip surgery. He's not playing in the French. Maybe Wimbledon. The young guns don't look ready. Zverev, Kyrgios, Dimitrov, Dominic Thiem. They're not there yet. I mean, there's no one to stop him right now. I mean, he's at 20 right now. What's realistic? I think 21 to 22 is very much possible.
You got the French Open coming up. Is Roger Federer going to play the French? Maybe he's going to skip the French again.
That is a good point. What is he going to do? Obviously, I think he played Rotterdam. Obviously, we all know he played Rotterdam because he wanted to get back to number one. If number one ranking wasn't at stake, I think he would have not even entered, or if he did, he would have withdrawn from the tournament. So that is an interesting take. Obviously, it all comes down to how his body feels. I think it's only like a 3-week turnaround between that and Wimbledon. Does he have the fuel to go a deep
No,
French run and then turn around and win Wimbledon. I'm not sure.
it's possible, but now that he's getting older, I don't think he's going to want to do that. He's going to want to preserve his body, and maybe obviously Wimbledon is his best. Grass is his best surface, so he's going to want to make a deep run there, and he has a good shot at winning Wimbledon. So I think he's going to skip the French just like he did last year, and it worked out for him last year. He skipped the French, he won Wimbledon. Obviously, he didn't win the U.S. Open, and he won Australia. So I think it worked out for him last year. So I think he's going to do the same thing this year. He might skip the French and go straight for Wimbledon. So major number 21 is coming up.
Just to backtrack a little bit, there was one point in time in 2015 when Roger Federer had 17 majors, Rafa Nadal had 14. And I think we've talked about this. It looked like there was no way he could hold off Nadal. And now the difference has gone from 17 to 14. Somehow it's actually gotten larger. All right, from 2015 to 2018, now it's advantage Federer 20 to 16 majors. Can Rafa Nadal still catch him?
So right now it's 20 to 16. I believe if Federer stops winning majors, yes, Nadal can catch him. If Federer wins Wimbledon this year, no, Nadal can't catch him.
I think I would have to agree with you. I cannot completely rule out Rafa Nadal yet. I mean, at the very least, I think he's got 2 more French Opens left in him, if not 3. That puts him at 18 or 19. Win one of the others, he's right there. But given his injury history, you just never know.
I think he's got 2 more years left to go, honestly. I think he's going to retire at probably 30, 34 years old. So he's going to win 2 more French Opens. He's also got to win 2 more other majors, which it's doable. But if Federer wins one of the other majors, then I don't think Nadal has a chance to catch him. But I think Nadal ends up with probably 18 or 19 majors, realistically.
Men's tennis is men's tennis is going to go down the drain once this old wave goes away. Once Federer retires, Nadal retires, Djokovic, who knows? I mean, I don't know where tennis is going to turn, but there are no stars
we
right now.
We need some new spices. We need some new spices in the men's tennis world. I mean, obviously, it's not looking pretty right now. Kyrgios was supposed to. He has a lot of talent, but he's not harnessing that talent anymore. He doesn't really care. American tennis is probably dead.
It's been dead. The guy who looks like he plays at the YMCA is the guy who went the only guy who even had a shot at going deep in this tournament.
You got some hopeful. You had some hopefuls in American tennis, right? Jack Sock. You thought that he was going to be the next big thing in American tennis. He hasn't really panned out, or I don't think he's ever going to pan out.
What about our brother Hyun Chun?
He's not an American, so I can't call him a brother. But Young Chung, he has some talent. I gotta admit, but maybe he's gonna be the next Nishikori. I think he's gonna be the next Nishikori, in my opinion. Grigor Dimitrov, I think, is the closest right now to breaking through.
Who Roger Federer waxed at the Rotterdam Open. Waxa.
Right, but Grigor Dimitrov, I'm rooting for the guy. I think he deserves to win a major. Right, he's been in a lot of semifinals. He's been in some finals. It's just that he hasn't really, taken that next leap. We all thought that Milos Raonic was going to turn into something, but he seems to have dropped off the face of the earth. Juan Martín del Potro, he also got all those injuries. I was waiting for him to break through for his second major, but that didn't happen.
I think that pretty much sums it up. Can't wait for the French, see what happens. Very excited to see if Federer wants to play. I will be surprised if he does. I think you're right. Smart thing to do is to sit it out. The turnaround's just too quick from there to Wimbledon. The chances of him winning it are probably small. But, I mean, he's already a legend. But can you imagine if Roger Federer takes Australia, French, and then Wimbledon? Oh, am I just dreaming too big right now?
I mean, look, Federer has only won 1 French Open in his career, right? So it's really tough. Now, if Nadal doesn't play, I would say Federer just go for it. If Nadal doesn't play the French Open, Federer better enter right now.
I agree with that. 100%. If the door is open and Nadal doesn't enter and it's anyone's game, if you're Federer, I mean, what's another Wimbledon going to do? I mean, obviously it's great, but mine you only have one French. I agree. If Nadal for some reason cannot make it, you as Federer, even if it hurts your chances of winning Wimbledon, you got to go. You got to shoot your shot on this one.
Right. If I was Federer, I would much rather win the French Open than Wimbledon at this point. I mean, how many Wimbledons do you need? French Open, if you can lift that crown in Paris, come on, man. That's you got to go for it if you're Federer.
Yeah, I don't wish ill on anyone, but if Nadal just, he's just not feeling it, I'd be okay with that. All right, that does it for us on the fast break. Leave us your comments on the section below. Let us know how much longer you think Federer can keep this train rolling. How many majors is he going to end with when it's all said and done? Probably more than 21. He is the greatest of all time. We will see you next time on the fast break. Click like and subscribe. We're out. Peace.